Okay, so these are our rondels, and of course, because we're going to be putting the rondels, I'll use these for, because we're going to be putting the rondels like this, there's a star shape in the center that needs to be cut out of glass. And because all the rondels are different, what happens is you lay them all out, see what they look like. We can talk about sizes some other time. This is just a demonstration, really. More than specifics. You know, you lay them out, you find the ones that are beautiful, see how the whole thing reads, and then you have to circle around each one, because this piece of glass is going to be different between each set of rondels. And you want the lead lines, which are what these are, the copper foil. This will have copper foil. You can see these have copper foil. That's the beginning stage of setting it up for soldering. You want the lead lines to be minimal. You want them to be light and delicate, as opposed to what you see in the window that you sent me. Those are very strong lines, and you don't really need them that strong. Rondels, star shapes in between, and I have this incredibly beautiful glass that I use, and I'm showing you this front light here. This glass is called German New Antique. It's a beautiful glass. It's on the market. I use it all the time simply because the German New Antique and the rondels go so beautifully together. This reflects the rondel, even though it's perfectly smooth with very delicate striations. It lets the rondel take a step to the forward and doesn't leave a blank space, which the option, of course, is window pane glass. But you really want something where the whole window has a beautiful feel to it. In terms of framing the window, a window this big and this heavy, because the rondels may not be large, but ultimately there are points where the rondels are, you know, a good quarter of an inch thick. And we talked about weight of glass. So as much as these are small, this glass is regular stained glass. Once you're done, the panel is pretty heavy, so you want to give it support. So I use, when I'm framing my windows, and these are samples, small windows I frame in this beautiful 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch lead cane, and then this goes right into the opening, and you can run a secondary molding around it. Larger windows I use, please excuse that this is dinged up, that's just because I use it for demonstration purposes. This is a thicker lead cane, which you see reflected here, and this only goes around the outside of the window. It just fits right on. This isn't a very good example because I haven't trimmed the edges, but this just fits right on. It's included in the measurements on the panel, and it goes right up against your molding, and then a secondary molding goes in. And those are all details we can discuss later, and I can certainly talk with the craftsperson that's making the door, and we can coordinate. That's not a problem. I'm going to send you a sample of a small rondel. Inside 4 pieces of this glass with this framing around the outside, so you can see what everything's going to look like. All just preliminary stuff, but good informational things. And again, you can let the craftsman know that that's the ultimate end of the window, 3/8 inch profile by 1/4 inch profile, and that's very easy to work with in terms of creating space for it in a door. Okay, I'll take some photos of this, send them off, and I'll attach these videos. Thank you, Catherine.